So I guess the other thing we want to start getting into is how do we make our lymphedema part of our daily life? How do we actually go through that? What does that look like? You want to talk a little bit more about your thoughts on that?
Absolutely, thank you. So when Deborah says make lymphedema part of your daily life, we're talking about just caring for yourself, making sure that you're paying attention to the fact that you have to do a little bit every day to make sure you consistently get better or maintain the condition so you don't actually get worse. So what do you do to do that? Well, the best thing you can do in between getting treatments from a therapist, if you're choosing to do that at all, some people don't, honestly, you want to make sure you're wearing a compression garment. And people are always like, it's so hot in the summer. And I get it, it's hot in the summer. It's not fun necessarily, but compression is so key to managing your lymphedema. If you are acute or recently diagnosed, you're probably going to be bandaging or wearing a non-elastic sleeve so you can Velcro and pull it tighter, a little bit tighter as it gets smaller to bring the size down. Once you've got to a stable size, you're going to move into a garment like a stocking for your feet or your legs, or an arm sleeve for your upper body, or something for your torso or headgear, depending on what it is. But again, a thinner, lighter garment, and that helps you maintain the size. And even though I know I have lymphedema too, I'm a primary case, it is horrible. It isn't fun to wear a garment in the summer. I wear my socks every single day. I'd say 95% of the time, because in the summertime, everything expands. And when your tissues expand, there's more space or fluid to fill up into the vessels that aren't working, and you're going to end up with more problems. And one of my favorite fitters who's since retired used to always say, sure, it's hot to wear a garment in the summer, but won't you feel hotter if your limber is heavy and you're kind of dragging it around and feeling crappy all the time? So yes, it's not great. The summer's approaching. Everybody wants to look cute in their shorts and skirts, or their short sleeve tops, but wearing your garment consistently is a really good idea, and something, the best thing you can absolutely do for your lymphedema. And if you're consistent 90% of the time, that time when you have to go to a wedding or a special event, if you take it off for the 5 hours, go to the party, come home and do all the self-care, no problem. Go back to doing it normal after that, you're going to be fine. But consistent, really, really consistent. The other thing I'll mention is in between treatments again, or wearing your garment, you want to do some self-lymphatic massage. So you probably want to go to a workshop to learn that, or see a therapist who will teach you how to do that. And so every day you can do a little bit of it for yourself. And a lot of my clients say, hey, I can't do it as well as you. I'll never be as good as you. And that is true. But you can't come and see me every day, or the therapist you go to, you probably can't afford or have the time to see that person every day.
It's not realistic.
Right. So if you do a little bit every day, 15 minutes, let's say in the morning, 15 minutes at night, the cumulative effect of all that massage, even if it's not the best, let's say it's 40% of what I would do for you, it's still going to build up, so you're getting better over time, okay?
Some is better than none, right?
Yes. And also doing it every day also keeps you aware of what's happening with your body. So it's another way to keep track, right? You also, now, as far as keeping track, you also want to measure. So if you measure once a week, or let's say every day, depending on what you want to do, you can also tell, hey, I'm having a flare, let me do more of the massage. Let me be more vigilant about wearing the garments that work best to bring me down. Let me eat differently. Like, so measuring and keeping track for the size is also really important as well. So that's wearing the garment, doing the self-massage, and measuring. And the other thing we'll mention is skincare. Skincare is so important. Deborah and I were just trading cellulitis stories before we started rolling. Mine was a relatively mild case. I think yours was too. But cellulitis is such a serious problem. So
it is.
When you have lymphedema, because your fluid is more stagnant in the area that's affected, you're at higher risk of infection should the skin have a break in it. So because your tissues are swelling and the skin is being stretched or changed, if it's not being moisturized well and it breaks, there's a higher chance of bacteria getting in it and you developing an infection. So when you have lymphedema, if only on the body part that's affected, if you hate moisturizing, a lot of people don't like cream.
It's not our favorite thing, no. If it can't go on easy and fast, we don't want to do it, right?
It's too greasy. That's fine, I hear you. On the part that's affected, let's say it's your arm, you're going to make sure that's moisturized every single day really well. And if you're washing your hands or washing the body, make sure you moisturize again, because you want to make sure the skin is healthy. The skin is the biggest organ on your body. It's so important. It helps. It's a barrier to all the gunk on the outside, not getting on the inside. Take care of your skin. That's a really big piece of the puzzle as well. Absolutely. And another thing I'm going to mention is exercise and eating well. Those two things. So you want to live a healthy lifestyle to the best of your ability. So ideally, you're going to eat non-inflammatory foods. So salt, lots of sugar, dairy. Jean's book is really great for that, and we'll give you the title in the captions because we're both terrible. So think about what you're eating, and if you notice, hey, I had a really salty meal yesterday, my leg or arm is worse, pay attention to that, and then try and eat a little less for the days following so you can get back in balance.